The global rugby transfer market continues to gather pace as clubs and players position themselves for the next cycle of domestic and international competition. From Wallabies' ambitions in Perth to long-term commitments in the English Premiership and fresh reinforcements in the United Rugby Championship, several significant moves have been confirmed. Here's a detailed look at the latest developments involving James Ramm. Kepu Tuipulotu and Ben O'Donovan. James Ramm targets Wallabies' dream. With Western Force switch Northampton Saints outside back, James Ramm has confirmed he will return to Australia at the end of the season, signing with Western Force in a move clearly aligned with his ambition to represent the Australian National Rugby Union team. The 26-year-old joined Northampton Saints in 2022 after leaving the New South Wales Waratahs and has since become a key contributor at Franklin's Gardens. Over 68 appearances, Ramm established himself as a versatile and reliable presence across the back three, playing an instrumental role in Northampton's premiership title success. However, with a home Rugby World Cup on the horizon in Australia, the lure of international rugby has proven irresistible. Speaking about the move, Ramm made his ambitions clear. "I'm extremely excited to be joining the Force next season and relocating to Perth with my wife, Ally," he said. "The opportunity to play a role in what the club is building is something that really excites me." But it was his reference to the Rugby World Cup that underscored the strategic nature of the transfer. The prospect of a home Rugby World Cup is incredibly motivating. Representing your country on home soil in front of family and friends, in my eyes, is the pinnacle of any Aussie rugby player's career. Australia's eligibility rules strongly favor players based domestically, meaning Ramm's return to Super Rugby Pacific significantly enhances his chances of coming into Wallabies contention. A calculated return. Ramm is not simply returning home for sentimental reasons. The Western Force are actively building squad depth as they aim to re-establish themselves as a consistent contender in Super Rugby Pacific. Head coach Simon Cron highlighted the importance of strengthening the back three. "One of the areas for us to continue to grow our positional depth is in our back three," Cron explained. "They're explosive athletes, and it's a position where you need coverage." Ramm's versatility, comfortable at fullback or on either wing, provides exactly that flexibility. His experience in the English Premiership, often regarded as one of the most physically demanding leagues in the world, should also add maturity to the Force's backline. Cron also pointed to their previous connection. "Having known him before he left overseas, I was able to see his commitment to his craft. He will fit in at the Force seamlessly." For Ramm, the equation is simple. Consistent Super Rugby performances are the gateway to national selection. "My immediate focus will be on contributing to a strong Super Rugby campaign and doing everything I can to help the team succeed." If he replicates his premiership form in Australia, the Wallabies conversation could gather momentum quickly. Kepu Tuipulotu commits long-term to Bath while Ramm prepares for a return home. England prospect Kepu Tuipulotu has committed his future to Bath Rugby, signing a new deal that will keep him at the Rec until 2028. The young hooker has rapidly developed into one of the Premiership's most exciting front-row prospects. Having arrived straight out of school, Tuipulotu has progressed from academy hopeful to senior contributor in a remarkably short space of time. His extension follows a string of re-signings at Bath, including Ted Hill, Quinn Rue, Tom de Glanville, and Tom Carsmith, as the reigning Premiership champions seek continuity and stability. For Tuipulotu, the decision was both professional and personal. "Renewing my contract with Bath is a massive achievement for me and my family," he said. "Coming straight out of school and signing for Bath was a surreal feeling. These last 2 years I've learned a lot." The hooker has already represented England at under 20 level and featured for England A, further cementing his status as a long-term international prospect. Development under Johan van Graan. Bath as head of rugby, Johan van Graan has been central to Tuipulotu's development. "It's great to see how Kepu has developed over the last few years," Van Graan said. "He is one of the most explosive players not just in attack, but also on the defensive side. Modern hookers are required to do far more than throw accurately at line-out time. Mobility, breakdown presence, and defensive intensity are now essential." Tuipulotu's athletic profile fits that evolution. Van Graan also praised his leadership trajectory. It's been special to see Kepu develop not only as a Bath player, but as an England A player and an international U20 captain. By committing long-term, Bath secure both performance stability and succession planning in a specialist position that often takes years to master. For Tuipulotu, the pathway is clear. Consistent premiership excellence leading towards senior England recognition that Munster bolster scrum-half stocks with Ben O'Donovan in Ireland. Munster Rugby have added depth at scrum-half by signing former junior All-Black Ben O'Donovan on an 18-month contract. The 21-year-old arrives from Canterbury and is immediately available for selection in the United Rugby Championship. O'Donovan represented New Zealand at the 2024 World Rugby Under-20 Championship, underlining his pedigree at age grade level. A product of Linwood Rugby Club in Christchurch, he developed within the competitive Canterbury system, traditionally one of New Zealand's most productive talent pipelines. Munster confirmed the signing in an official statement, noting that O'Donovan joins as a former New Zealand U20 international. The move reflects Munster's ongoing strategy of blending experienced campaigners with emerging international talent. Immediate impact expected with the URC season entering a critical phase. O'Donovan could make his debut in Munster's upcoming clash against Zebra. The scrum-half is a position that demands sharp decision-making and tempo control. While young, O'Donovan's exposure to New Zealand high-paced provincial structures should aid his adaptation. For Munster, depth is essential given the physical toll of competing across domestic and European competitions. Injuries and international call-ups can quickly test squad resilience. Why securing O'Donovan on an 18-month deal, Munster gained both short-term cover and medium-term developmental upside. A broader transfer picture, these three moves reflect wider themes shaping modern rugby. International eligibility influencing club decisions. Ramm's return to Australia. Long-term retention of young domestic talent. Tuipulotu at Bath. Strategic recruitment of emerging international prospects. O'Donovan to Munster. With global competitions expanding and player pathways becoming increasingly fluid, transfers are no longer purely financial decisions. They are strategic career calculations. For Ramm, the equation revolves around Wallabies selection and a home Rugby World Cup. For Tuipulotu, it is about embedding himself in a championship-winning environment while building towards senior England honors. For O'Donovan, it represents an opportunity to test himself in a new league and accelerate his development. That conclusion as the rugby calendar intensifies. These moves could have ripple effects beyond club level. James Ramm's form in Perth may yet place him in a Wallabies squad. Kepu Tuipulotu's steady rise could see him emerge as a central figure in England's front row over the next cycle. Ben O'Donovan's transition to Munster may mark the beginning of a broader European chapter in his career. Transfers are often viewed through a transactional lens, but in reality, they represent ambition, opportunity, and evolution, both for players and clubs. And as the season edges towards climax, each of these decisions may prove pivotal in shaping rugby's next chapter.